Hello, and welcome to the Dante Powell Show. This is a bonus episode for all of you. It's a Christmas episode. It is my top 10 favorite Christmas songs. I just wanted to do something quick for you guys so you would have something fun to listen to or watch on Christmas Eve. So I made a quick list. These are just the songs that I love that when Christmas time is around, what I want to be listening to. So I got a few honorable mentions. This the first honorable mention is actually probably my actual favorite song. It just exists in such a strange place that I couldn't actually put it on the list, and that is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by DMX, the one he did at the radio station where he just beat on the table and sang the song. It's always one of my favorites to watch. I thought it was really cool when it happened. I'm glad that, since he passed away, that's something fun that we have to remember him by. So that's the first honorable mention, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by DMX. The second honorable mention, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas by Michael Bublé. It's just one of those that if you're out holiday shopping, you're going to hear that all over the place. And I used to just be one of those people that didn't really care about Christmas music. But now that I've gotten older, and especially since my kids were around last year, I try to take in all of it. And this is one that I'm like, you know what? Got a lot of good memories around being in stores and just seeing and hearing this as part of the Christmas experience. Like the sensory overload isn't necessarily there because it's just like, all right, this is something that I associate with good, positive memories of Christmas. The last honorable mention is Silver Bells by A Few Good Men. It's just one that I remember growing up. It was always a really fun song. The thing I always liked about that one is that at the end, those guys just all introduced themselves. They're like, yo, this is Tony. And I just want to tell you, they gave you a little speech about having a Merry Christmas. But I've got you want to talk about memories. That's one that it takes me back to the Christmases of like my teen years where, you know, I was emotionally raw in a way that was just like, I felt everything. It was, one of the first Christmases I bought a gift for a girl. I think I wrote like a letter and we used to put like songs in the letter. And that was the song I put in this letter I gave to this girl, Brandy Cockerham. She doesn't watch, so it's okay. Don't worry. She doesn't care about this podcast, but I got her uh, a necklace or something, and I wrote a letter, and Silver Bells was the song that I put in it. Oh boy! All right, let's get to the actual list. My top 10 favorite Christmas songs. Coming in at number 10, Alvin and the Chipmunk song, or Christmas Don't Be Late. I just like when Alvin get the solo and he say he want a hula hoop. Cause when you want something bad, sometimes you gotta let folks know. And Alvin let us know he wanted that hula hoop. So I played that for my daughters for the first time tonight, and they enjoyed it. They like when they can hear a voice singing and it sounds like another kid. They're really into that. So it was cool to see them, take that in. And also, like I said, I just love that Alvin was like, I want a hula hoop. And I hope he got it. Moving right along, number 9 on my list of my 10 favorite Christmas songs, Kelly Clarkson, I'll Be Home for Christmas. This one, Kelly Clarkson has another Christmas song. I don't even know what it's called, but it's something along the lines of like, You're Here, something and cheer, snow is falling, and something on it. I don't know. But that's probably her most popular Christmas song. I'll Be Home for Christmas was going to make this list though, and her version is probably my favorite. I forget what version they use in the movie I'll Be Home for Christmas with Jonathan Taylor Thomas, but that's a good one also. But Kelly Clarkson's version is my favorite. It's just one of those songs that, like, it sounds really sad, but the message is actually uplifting. It's like, I'm gonna be home. You can count on me. And as someone who I'm generally around my family a lot during the holidays, I didn't get to see them for Thanksgiving or Christmas this year. Like it kind of hit me in a different way this time when I hear it, because it's just like I wish I was home for Christmas. So that is number 9. We're moving right along to number 8. This is a pretty controversial one, which I didn't think I'd have to deal with making a list of my favorite Christmas songs. With my number 8 on my list of my top 10 favorite Christmas songs, World Christmas by R. Kelly. Wow. Did not know I was going to be putting them on here, but you want to talk about good memories. This song it's a beautiful song. And of course, R. Kelly, beautiful singer, has a great voice. And so he has these songs that mean a lot to people, but you can't really support him the way you'd like to. And this is just an example of that where, the song, this is when I was a little bit older. So like late teens, early 20s, when not only was I like giving gifts to people, but like I was buying them myself and, having to work to get the money to do it. And I just remember it being such a fun song to listen to. So, it's just, I wanted to include it. It's a beautiful song. I don't want us out here openly supporting this guy, but it made the list because it is important to me. Number 7, we're moving right along. Number 7 on my list of my top 10 favorite Christmas songs. Angels We Have Heard on High. This one, either by the cast of Glee, they do a beautiful rendition. Also, Josh Groban and Brian McKnight. So, whichever version you want to listen to, either is fine. This one has a special place in my heart because in 2004, that Christmas, my high school, one of my teachers, Miss Reynolds, would do a Christmas program every year. And so the year before that, in 2003, my junior year in high school, going into 2004, we did it. And then the following year, 2004 and 2005, she wanted us to do it again. And in 2003, we included the elementary school that was at my high school. And because of that, my brothers were doing something in the program as well. So my Uncle Van, who would show up for whatever, he just always supported anything me or my brothers were doing. So we showed up to this program in 2003. He thought it was the coolest thing in the world to see his nephews like doing these, because it was just a thing where all the classes would sing a song. And me and a few of my classmates sang "Angels We Have Heard on High." I wasn't, I wasn't there for the like. I was more enthusiasm, and he took no. Like I've always been a comedian, so I was up there clowning around while we sang it, and we would do the glow, and we would like go up and down. We just wanted to do that. We thought it was the funniest thing in the world, so we would glow, and it was me and one of my classmates, Michael Champion, who actually is a wonderful singer. Mike is just incredible. He has a great voice. And then Tamarco McNeil, who is also a great singer. And again, I was just there to like be goofy. And we sang it, and afterwards my Uncle Van joked on us. He was like, "You can't do anything without thinking about girls. Now, who is Gloria? I don't know no Gloria. Who is Gloria?" And he said it in front of my teacher. My teacher thought it was funny. Mike and Marco thought it was funny. It was hilarious. And so the next year, so senior year when we were going to do it, we chose to sing that song again. But in the time, from the time that we started preparing and rehearsing to do it, between there and when the actual program was, my Uncle Van passed away. And it was super sad. And it actually like kind of makes me sad around Christmas time now because I had suffered that loss even all those years ago. But we still sang the song, and it was such a like beautiful, fun thing that I just have great fond memories of that song. And even my friends, they were like, "Oh, that this is fun." Like they were sad when they found out that my uncle passed away because they're like, "Oh man, we're looking forward to doing this for him." So the rendition that the cast of Glee does and the rendition that Josh Groban and Brian McKnight do are wonderful and always bring a smile to me. So we'll move it right along. Number 6 on my list of top 10 favorite Christmas songs, Boys to Men, Let It Snow. The episode of The Fresh Prince where Boys to Men showed up and Will was trying to get them to come to Nikki's christening always comes to mind when I hear this song. Also, my mom she had a white Let It Snow Boys to Men tape, cassette tape, that she would start playing every year right after Thanksgiving. And I just remember it. Again, just great memories of this. She would play that tape until I I think she may still have it, but it was just something that I always remember. I was like, oh, Christmas is here because Mama's playing the Boys to Men tape. So that's one that I really love. We'll keep it moving now. Number 5 on my list. We're in the top 5. Number 5 on my list of top 10 favorite Christmas songs. Stevie Wonder, What Christmas Means to Me. It is such a great, like, I just love the beat of that song. And Stevie's in such a, he's like upbeat and the message is great. John Legend does a great, he covered it. It's a great version of it. I really like that. But it's just one of those that like it works really well on commercials and in like retail spaces because it lifts you up. Like it makes you feel good. So that's one I really enjoy. We're going to move it right along. Number 4 on my list of top 10 favorite Christmas songs. Jackson 5, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Michael, boy, he did not play around. He has some absolute bangers. And the Jackson 5 as a whole, they got some bangers when it comes to Christmas songs. This one, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, Frosty the Snowman. But, Santa Claus is Coming to Town is the one that I think everybody looks to like, oh yeah, that's their absolute banger. And so I just really like that one because I played it for my daughters as well today, and they loved it. They were like, oh yeah, this is. They were just kind of rocking, doing a little baby dance. It was just a fun thing to see, and it's always a fun song to hear. Keeping it rolling. Number 3, we're top 3 now, baby. Number 3 on my list of top 10 favorite Christmas songs this Christmas, Donny Hathaway. A lot of people covered this one, but Donny just kind of did it right. It's he the music and the instrumentation on this is wonderful, and he comes in and his mood is just perfect. It's one of those Christmas songs that you can listen to on Christmas Day, if that makes sense. You know how like 3, 4 o'clock on Christmas Day, you start to kind of you're like, okay, all right, we've opened presents, we've talked to the family, we've eaten the Christmas dinner. Now it's just kind of like, all right, we're getting back to a regular day. This is one of those that if it comes on, you still feel the mood of Christmas around it because he did such a great job. It's just so I want to say mellow, but it's not mellow. It's just a beautiful like the vibes are perfect. I don't know what Donnie was on when he was in the studio that day, but he did a great job. And again, it's top 3 favorite Christmas song for me. So I'm feeling it. Number 2, my number 2 favorite Christmas song, my list of my top 10 favorite Christmas songs, Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas Is You. I know that's going to be hit or miss with people. They either like it or love it. They feel like it's overplayed. I don't care. I like that when I hear that song for the first time every year, it reminds me, hey, we're coming up on Christmas. And like I said earlier, I don't necessarily have the best like feelings around Christmas. It activates a bit of a like seasonal depression almost sometimes, but especially lately when I've been making active choices to try to be more positive around Christmas, it it serves as like this cool reminder that like, hey, it's here. It's that time of year. Let's go ahead, strap it in, have a good time, and enjoy ourselves. And I do. So shout out to Mariah. I love the song. She's also the person I had the biggest crush on growing up. So maybe that's part of what's happening here. But if all she wanted for Christmas was me, that'd be dope as hell. But we're gonna move right along because I we need to get to number 1. The number 1 song on my top 10 list of my favorite Christmas songs. Let's do a quick recap before we get to number 1. So coming in on the honorable mentions was DMX, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Michael Bublé, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, A Few Good Men, Silver Bells, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Chipmunk song, Kelly Clarkson, I'll Be Home for Christmas, R. Kelly, World Christmas, the cast of Glee, or Josh Groban and Brian McKnight, Angels We Have Heard on High, Boys to Men, Let It Snow, Stevie Wonder, What Christmas Means to Me, Jackson 5, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Donny Hathaway, This Christmas, Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and coming in at number 1, Silent Night by The Temptations. In my mind, I know you guys knew that was going to be number 1. It's just such a timeless classic, man. Just a beautiful song in itself. Like we all grew up learning Silent Night, but the way they took it and made it their own, it's just one of my favorite things. You're not gonna believe this. I played that for my daughters for the first time tonight, and they sat through it and just listened and kind of wiggled and danced a little bit. And it was just cool because it's like I remember my grandmother, who passed away earlier this year, listening to that with me. I remember listening to it with my mom. I remember listening to it with my dad. I remember listening to it with his mom. I remember listening to it with my stepdad and his mom and dad. I remember listening to it with my little brothers. It's just one of those things that permeates my culture in a way that I love that song. It it just means so much to me. I have memories of just about all of my loved ones around that song, and not even like not hardcore like memories where it's like, oh, we were doing such and such. It's just the thing of like you could put that and make it the background music for any of the memories I have of Christmas, and it fits because it was just so important to us and such a cool thing. And so I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys about my top 10 favorite Christmas songs. If you want to tell me about yours, please feel free to do so in the comments. I'd love to hear what you like, what you think should have made the list. Listen, it's my top 10, so I don't care what you think should have made the list. It was going to be my list either way. Feel free to tell me your list. If you have a top 10, hit me up. Tell me about it. But this was mine. I hope you guys have a wonderful Merry Christmas. I'm going to actually, after I record here and get this uploaded, I'm actually going to go on Spotify and create this as a playlist. So you can just look up the Dante Powell Show Christmas playlist, I guess, and listen to these songs after you listen to the podcast if you want to have something fun to listen to for Christmas. So thank you guys again so much. Have a great Christmas. Love you and talk to you later.